Hi, this is Molendinarius here from latinum.org.uk, and before I go on with Stockwood's lesson based on Lilies de Figuris, I'd like to thank all my subscribers at YouTube and also in particular thank the subscribers at Patreon, without whom none of this would be possible. So Zeugma, the figure Zeugma. What the figure Zeugma is. Zeugma, the figure Zeugma est reductio, is the reducing or bringing back unius verbi of one verb, vel adjectivi or adjective, ad diversa supposita, unto diverse, that's several, different, words set under them. Respondentis, answering, that is agreeing, viciniori, unto the nearer one. Ad unum quidem, unto the one indeed, expresse, expressly, explicitly. Ad alterum vero, but unto the other, per supplementum, by understanding. Ut, as for example. I'm going to scroll down here, so if that annoys you, wait for my voice. This is from Cicero. Nihil te nocturnum praesidium palatii, nihil urbis vigiliae, nihil timor populi, nihil concursus bonor omnium, nihil hic munitissimus habendi senatus locus, nihil horum ora vultusque moverunt. And Stockwood notes in the margin, I have Englished the whole sentence together, which otherwise could not conveniently be done severally because of the interrogation. And here's his translation. Did the night guarding of the palace nothing move thee? Did the watching of the city nothing move thee? Did the fear of the people nothing move thee? Did the running together of all good men nothing move thee? Did this most strong place of holding the Senate nothing move thee? Did the face and countenance of these nothing move thee? And I'm going to scroll again. The showing of the use of this example. Verbum moverunt, for so I think it ought to be supplied. The verb moverunt, in this example, expresse reducitur, is expressly reduced ad ora vultusque, to the nominative case ora vultusque, the nearer unto it. At, ad caetera, but, to the rest, per supplementum, by understanding. Sub intelligendum est enim, for there must be understood, praesidium movit, vigiliae concursus movit, habendi senatus locus movit. I'm going to scroll down. An exception. Atamen, yet notwithstanding, quando, when as, est comparatio, there is a comparison, vel similitudo, or a similitude, verbum, the verb, vel adjectivum, or the adjective, convenit, agreeth, cum remotiore, with the nominative case or substantive furthest off, ut, as for example, ego, melius quam tu, scribo. Ego scribo, I write, melius better, quam tu, than thou. Ego, sicut fainum, arvi. Ego, I, arvi, have with it, sicut foinum, like unto hay. Hoc ille ita prudenter atque ego fecissit. ille. He, fecissit hoc, would have done this, ita prudenter, as wisely, atque ego, as I. I'm going to scroll down. So here, Stockwood adds an explanation. In the first of these three examples, the verb scribo agreeth with the nominative case ego, further off from it, in the Latin, than the nominative case tu, as is required in this exception, because there is a comparison. I'm scrolling down again. In the second example, the verb arvi agreeth with ego, the nominative case, in the Latin further off than finum, because there is a similitude. In the third example, the verb fecissit agreeth with the nominative case ille, placed in the Latin further off than ego, according to the exception, because there is a comparison. I'm going to scroll again. The second exception, item also per nissi, by the conjunction nissi, meaning saving or accept, ut Terentius, as Terence writeth. Talem filium nulla nisi tu pareret. Nulla, understood mulier, no woman, nisi tu, saving thou except for you, pareret, could bring forth talem filium, such a son. Here the verb pareret agreeth with mulier, understood, being the nominative case further off, because the speech is uttered by the conjunction nisi, according to this exception. I'm going to scroll down. Licet, albeit, poetae, the poets, interdum, some time, soleant, are wont or accustomed, loqui, to speak, aliter, otherwise. Ut, as for example, Ovid saith. Quid nisi secretae laeserunt pylida silvae. Quid, what, nissi, save, secretae silvae, the secret woods, laeserunt, have hurt, pylida, Phyllis. Here the verb agreeth with silvae, the nearer nominative case. I'm going to scroll. A caution. De quibus, of the which supra, before, dictum est, hath been spoken, in concordantia, in the concordance verbi of the verb, et nominativi, and the nominative case. Ut, as for example, Cicero, Cicero speaketh, qua re ut arbitror prius hic te nos, quam istic tu nos videbis. Qua re, wherefore, ut, as arbitror, I suppose, nos, we, sub audi videbimus, understand the verb videbimus, shall see, te, thee, hic, here, prius, sooner, quam, than tu, videbis, thou shalt see, nos, us, istic, there. The example applied, I'm going to scroll again. Here the verb videbis agreeth with tu, the nearer nominative case, and not with nos, the further off nominative case, as this caution telleth us. Zeugma, the figure Zeugma, fit, is made tribus modis, three ways. In persona, in person, ut, as for example, ego et tu studes. Ego et tu, I and thou, studes, doest study. I'm going to scroll. The example applied. in this example, the verb studes agreeth with the nominative case tu in person. In genere, in gender, ut as, for example, maritus et uxor est irata. Maritus, the husband, et uxor, and the wife, est, is, irata, angry. The example applied, scrolling down, Stockwood talking to us here. In this example, irata, the participle adjective, agreeth with the substantive uxor in gender. That is to say, is the feminine gender, as the word uxor, the nearer substantive, is. Scrolling again. In numero, in number, ut as, for example, hic ilius arma, hic currus fuit. Hic here, ilius arma, her armor. Sub audi fuere, understand the verb fuere, were. Hic here, ilius currus, her coach. Fuit, was. The example applied. I'm going to scroll. In this example, the verb fuit agreeth in number with the nominative case currus. Aliquando, sometime verbum, the verb, vel adjectivum, or the adjective, ponitur, is placed in principio in the beginning, et tum, and then vocatur, it is called proto-zeugma, ut, as for example, dormio, ego, et tu. Ego dormio, I sleep, et tu, and thou. Quandoque, I'm scrolling again. Quandoque, sometime in medio, in the middle, vocartuque, and it is called mesozeugma. Ut, as for example, ego dormio, et tu. Ego dormio, I sleep, et tu, and thou. Quandoque, sometime in fine, in the end, et vocatur, and it is called hypozeugma. Ut, as for example, ego et tu dormis. Ego, I, et tu, and thou, dormis, sleep. I'm going to scroll again. 4 things in the figure zeugma required. Requiruntur autem, and they are required, quatuor, 4 things, in zeugmate, in the figure zeugma. I'm going to scroll again. Duo substantiva, 2 substantives, ut, as for example, rex et regina, the king and the queen. Conjunctio, a conjunction, quae the which esse potest may be well either copulativa, copulative, well disjunctiva or disjunctive, well etiam or also expletiva, expletive, ut, as, and, et, and, well either, et caetera. Verbum, a verb, well adjectivum or an adjective, ut, as for example, irata est, was angry. Et, and, quod verbum, the which verb, well adjectivum or adjective, respondeat, must agree with, viciniori supposito, the nearer word put under it, either a nominative case or substantive. I'm scrolling again. Zeugma by adverbs. Fit quoque, there is also quodam genus, a certain kind, zeugmatis, of zeugma, per adverbia, by adverbs, ut, as for example, cubas ubego, cubas, thou liest, ubi ego, where I lie. The example applied, scrolling down. In this example, zeugma is made by the adverb ubi. Kainas, quando nos. Kainas, thou suppest, you have dinner. Quando, when, nos, we. And what is understood here is kainamus. The other example applied. In this example, zeugma is made by the adverb quando. Another kind of zeugma of speaking, and not of construction, scrolling down. Quando, when as, verbum, the verb or the adjective reducitur is reduced ad duo supposita unto two or more nominative cases or substantives, et convenit and agreeth cum utroque with them both, est it is zeugma locutionis, zeugma of speaking, ut dicunt, as they say, non constructionis, and not of construction, ut, as for example, Johannes fuit piscator, et Petrus. Johannes, John, fuit, was, piscator, a fisher, et Petrus, and Peter. Here the verb indifferently agreeth with both the nominative cases, being both the third person. I'm scrolling down. From whence the figure zeugma is named or derived. Zeugma autem, and the figure zeugma dicitur is named or so called, quasi copulatum, as if you would say coupled or yoked, a Graeco verbo, of the Greek verb, scrolling again, the Greek word zeugnuo, well, copulo, I couple or I yoke. And that is the end of the section on zeugma.